Hey guys, Ryu here with another vid, and this one we're gonna be designing cannon. And I don't have any specific idea, so I'm just gonna be eyeballing this and sort of concepting as I go, which is usually how I work. So I have a rough idea of what I want to do, but it's all sketched in my head, so I don't really I'm not quite sure yet where I'm gonna go with this, but what I want is a rather large front, because I'm gonna be splitting it into two in a way, and we need some kind of an interesting back, so the support for the gun. So let's go with end gun and kind of slice it here like this, and we can slice it here like this. Okay, and then shift easy and move it down and remove all the booleans. GZ, and let's do something interesting here, shall we? So let's move this in here maybe, and do something like this. How this would look, pretty cool. Okay, let me see this. Something like this maybe, come on. And we could cut this one, cut a shallow cut here, there we go. That's pretty interesting. Oh, not difference, that's what I want. I wanted to select both of them and go to operations and control click on sharpen to apply the modifiers. And that's pretty cool. So now let's select everything and scale, and then select this one, shift out, select these, and let's chamfer them, right? And then we're gonna bevel this, right? Okay, cool. And now we can start slicing. So what I want to do in here, right, is I wanted to separate this one first, right? So what we're gonna do is create some kind of a separation here like this, right? So with slash, and then we're gonna have some fun here, but we don't have to do it now. I'm just going to try to draw something interesting in here, maybe something like this, and move it through, press X 3 times, and this should do for now. Okay, not more than this. And we're also going to play with some shapes here, so I'll do something like this, and again to just make this barrel looks a little bit lighter. Okay, so I'm going to cut the top off, actually, you know what, maybe not so deep, maybe just gonna cut this one out, right? Something like this, and then we're gonna have some open middle in here for some fun. So press B for bevels and something like this, and we go into, actually we could cut this in the middle like that, and we could insert a cylinder inside with about 60. This is a concept art, so we don't have to worry about vert count, right? So sharpen this to make it smooth, and move it somewhere here, and make it smaller, of course, so we can see it inside. Something like this, right? Get a bit bigger. So this would do, and we can have some fun with this. So press X 3 times to get an inset, and let's bevel this, right? And then let's actually sharpen this and select these all around. We cannot select all around. Hang on, what's going on here? Press 3 to clean it, and one more time. Whoa, okay then. We really know what's going on. These guys, can we dissolve these edges? We can't. Much fascinated. So let's combine them. What's going on here? Are they combined here? Yes, they are. They not here. Boom. Sorted. On the other side, same thing. It will not work if you have Addons, yeah, so that's why it's not working. Now it should be fine. There we go. One is missing here. Combine these two. And are we good? We good. So let's turn it off. And SY and whoa, okay then. What the hell? Oh, we don't have the connection in here. Well, that's pretty bad, isn't it? You know what? I think the better way of doing this, let's go back. Yeah, better way of doing it is gonna be with EM macro, because I think what we can do with EM macro, right, is go to Q and alt click EM macro and scale it down. Yep. And then go to face mode, select everything and SY and scale it. You see, because EM macro will actually retain these faces, and we need them for later, okay? So let's, you know, let's make this really dense, and I'm not joking, because the thing I want to do here is going to be outrageous. I wanted to cut a hole in here, or few. So slice through, right? And then let's go to array and create maybe 3 close to one another. Perfect. And now if I'm gonna bevel this, right, you'll see things starting to fall apart. However, because we have such a dense geo, we should be fine in terms of shading. So it's not gonna be perfect, but it's not gonna be terrible. So we should be fine. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select this and shift pull, or in fact go solidify and do something like this here, right? Hide them. All right, for the time being, you know, this is enough. Okay, so now I think we should save the, what happened to our bottom piece? Alt H. It disappeared. I could swear I had a bottom page, bottom piece. Anyway, shift Z and move. Oh, it's cut. Never mind. Let's create a cube. One more time. Let's create a cube and move it in here and SY and scale it. We can cut it. It doesn't matter. Oh wait, now it appeared. What the hell, dude? Is my Blender haunted or something? For real. Let's mark these. I'll tell you what, let's save it because something fishy is going on in here. Let's think about it, because we need to, you know, figure this thing out, right? So, this bit, right, it could just continue. So select this one and let's go with curve extract this way. So we got 2 pieces instead of 1, and we could create we could actually shift this and make it bigger. So bring the origin to geo and scale it a little bit, and maybe scale it a bit more like this. So GY, scale it here. So we got this piece here. Let's sharpen this and come on, sharpen this, and let's insert it in GY and do something like this. Perfect. Awesome. And same in the back, really. Whoa, come on. Same in the back, really. So just Control B and something like this would do. Okay. And we need some kind of a, I think, one more cylinder here. So RY90 and move it somewhere here. And maybe position it in here in the back, something like that. And, you know, chamfer these both. So chamfer them in. There we go. and do something like this. Is it not too heavy? Not too heavy, I don't know. Maybe it's too heavy. Let's scale this and chamfer them a little bit and see how we're looking. Well, it's not terrible. It's actually pretty cool. This could be a little bit bigger, so what we can do is select these and this one and GZ and just move them down a bit. So we got this piece a little bit heavier at the bottom. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna lighten it up. So we're going to tell you what, let me think for a second. We're going to narrow it down a little bit, just or in fact, wait a minute, no, because we have to encase this one inside, so we need to make it actually wider. So let's make it wider, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna slice it like this. So grab a slice, right, and we can slice it diagonally like that. Okay, so come on, boom, and to the other side, right? Awesome. And this is pretty cool, and to be honest, we could do a similar thing in here to a degree. So I'll do something like this, and then actually make it larger a little bit, and we're gonna get this cool narrowing shape, which is awesome. So let's save it before Blender decides to crash or something. Power save is actually, I think this is a little bit heavy, so what we need to do is see that very heavy optically, right? So there's a lot of mass in here, so we need to lighten it up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start lighting these things up here. So let's grab and I'm gonna make it interesting, shall we? So let's do something like this here, right? One more time. Here, here, and here, and bevel this and slice it, and then recall this cutter, and let's actually make sure that this one SZ0 is flat. Right, perfect. And now we can grab Angon and turn off cyclic and have some fun here. Okay, so one, where is this thing? 1 and 2, maybe, and yeah, this doesn't really look good. Let's copy this. Let's copy just the cutter. There we go. That's better, I think. And let's grab this and operations multiply. And let's actually select these. And okay, so all the edges that are not being beveled yet, and bevel them. Shift 2. Oh, this is in cutters. Oh, that's why this appeared, because it was in cutters. M scene collection. In fact, collection. Shift 2, perfect. Okay, so that's already a bit, a bit lighter, right? The only problem is that I don't want this to be. I'm not sure if I want it to go through the whole shape like that. Okay, so what I might do is recall this, right, and move it to on x-axis, or actually make it shorter because it's a little bit crazy. Yeah, this would do, something like that. And it's gonna cut into the gun, so copy to the other side. That will not work. Why not? X to reset the mirror. We need a secondary mirror, so Alt X, A, and then mirror, and it should work. Perfect. So that's a little bit better. And now this, this is way too heavy here too, so we need some lightness to it. So what we're gonna do is we're going to shift D this, okay, this shape, and hide it, and go to front view and grab box, and literally we're gonna slice it. Okay, so boom, like that. Okay, and it's a little bit too too thin here, so we're gonna make it a little bit more, a little bit thicker, and also we're going to extend this on this side. So more or less, you know, more or less is equal, right? You know what I mean? The thickness, right? So Shift D, not Shift D, I mean Shift 2, and Alt H, and this one in the middle needs to be more narrow. So literally squash it. The only problem is that if we squash it, we're gonna remove the effect of the cut. Yeah. So what we need to do is apply this first, and then SX and scale it, right? So let's see how it's gonna scale at the back and the front. Yeah, it's pretty cool with this gap. I don't mind it. That's awesome. Maybe this gap could be a little bit, you know, a little bit less pronounced, something like this. Cool. That will do. So that's that. And also we made a tiny mistake here with the cut, but you know what, maybe this cut is actually pretty cool. Maybe I'm gonna leave it. So I'm gonna have a cut here and cut there, and it's pretty cool. And what we're gonna do is we're going to combine this into one face. Select these two, go to individual origins and scale it, and we're gonna get this nice depth in here. So it's pretty cool, right? So let's add a bevel here, and something is starting to happen. So let's Alt sharpen for weighted normals, and this is still too heavy in the bottom, but that's okay. We're gonna, you know, figure it out in a minute. So let's see about this one now. This one should be longer. Okay, so GY, and you know, move it somewhere here. And what we're gonna do is we're going to cut it with Angon, so we can actually see this shape here. You know, like this. Okay, just cut it. There we go. So this is something interesting happening over there. All right. And this one is way too heavy, so what we're gonna do is fix this, right? So let's make a few cuts in here. So let's create an Angon cut, all right, like this, right? And B for bevel, and cut it through, right? Shift 2. And the top needs to be light, guys, because if the whole gun is heavy as hell, it's just gonna look weird. So let's actually recall this cutter, and let's make it narrower because it's a bit crazy. And I need to think whether I want something like this, right, or I want something deeper. You know what I mean? Something deeper that goes through, or just something not as deep, something a bit more shallow. I need to decide on this one. That's a tough one, to be honest. That's a tough one. Let's put some bevel on this one so I can see better. Also, let's turn on the cavity, because cavity usually helps with thinking. So what is going on here? These are flip normals. You see this? See this weird edges? These are flip normals. So select everything, Alt N, and recalculate outside. Gone. Yeah, same here. These are very often remnants of you know, booleans, right? So there you go. Now things start looking interesting. Okay, so let's see here. I don't know, maybe I should go through with this maybe here, you know, like cut through. We could have some mechanism in here in the bottom as well. So just select both of them, right? And literally cut through both of them. B for bevel, and see how this is gonna look. So we can move this and see, you know, what we're gonna do with this one. This could be interesting, you know, here. So grab this one and GY and move it really to the back like this, right? And then we could actually expand this. So Mod scroll toggle. Grab this one here. Come on, one more time. Let's remove this one and cut a new one. Okay, so it starts here. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna probably go really deep. So all the way to the back. In fact, why don't we go outside like this? This could be interesting, right? And then we could actually cut it here like this with an angle. This could be actually quite interesting here, right? Maybe drop a bevel over there. Boom. That's kind of cool. Yeah, now it starts shaping. And this could be even longer. Okay, like this. Oh, that's actually quite interesting too. But in fact, I think I'm just gonna extend it here and I'm gonna be happy with this. So something like this will do. You could rotate it if you wanted to. It's also interesting. Yeah, see, so it kind of gives a bit of a lightness to the gun, and we could correspond with this shape by simply slicing this here, for example, right? Will it make any sense? Well, maybe we're gonna think about it later. But anyway, we need to think about this middle here part, because the middle part is way too heavy, right? So we need to cut it out. So let's just do that, okay? So something like this, and cut through. How we're looking? We're looking pretty interesting. We need to fix it, right? So select this face, and this needs to be SY0, and SY0, and also we need to move these two to the left and collapse this because we don't need it. Okay, so how are we looking now? This gap here, I mean this cut here, is a little bit too narrow in my opinion, so probably what I'm gonna do is gonna make it a little bit thicker like this. Yeah, that's better, and the rest should be fine, I think. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's play with this one now, okay? Shall we? So cut this one so it's already a bit lighter. We're gonna bevel this bit maybe here, and also tell you what we're gonna do. SX extend it and Shift D and scale it a little bit. Remove all the modifiers, that's important, and simply difference. Okay, so Shift 2, and we're gonna get this bit cut. So I'm gonna go to edit mode, Alt A, and recalculate outside. That didn't work, fine, so we're gonna simply sharpen this, and then Alt A, A to select everything, Alt N, and recalculate outside. Perfect. So we got this shape here, which is cut for this cylinder, and we can make it a little bit larger, you know, so it kind of fits in, right? Which is pretty cool. And we can merge it with this one. Okay, so we can merge them both together as one. Or what's this story in the top here? What's going on here? Some drama. Press 3 to clean it. That didn't work. Fascinating. Oh, the cutter simply didn't go all the way through, I think. Right. So wait a minute. SY and make it larger. There we go. Sorted. Shift 2. Okay, so you know, let's grab this cutter one more time and let's actually go through with this. And I think this is gonna be better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the N-gun and turn off cyclic and do some fun stuff here. So make it thicker like this, right? And let me see, maybe like this, and maybe like this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Shift 2. How are we looking? Yeah, we're looking pretty cool. We're looking pretty cool. Although this could be a bit more interesting. Maybe I'm just gonna leave it like that, you know. Wouldn't be a bad idea. In fact, what we could do, right? Select these two, go to local, grab a box, and cut this cutter through. So like this, with a bevel, and slice. We're gonna get this beam at the top. I think it's gonna be kind of interesting. Yeah. So now, let me see this here. SY and extend it. No, this one. This one. SY needs to be longer. There we go. Shift 2. Perfect. So how are we looking? Yeah, that looks pretty interesting, you see. It adds some interest on the top, and it doesn't look that boring. So this is pretty cool. I like it. And we could have some cabling over there or something, you know. But this starts to shape up into something really interesting, right? So we could have a custom circle maybe. Cut it through, press T for solidification, make it much smaller, and mode scroll toggle, and not this one, array this, and array, maybe 2 is enough. Fine. And this is a little bit it's still a bit heavy, you know, this part, but we can definitely work it out. So let's go to the back view, and let's cut it with a box, right, like this. Okay, and then let's recall the box, right, and grab the bottom and SX, sorry, but not too deep, so it actually doesn't, you know, doesn't cut through these. And maybe we could actually bevel these. I don't know if it's gonna be okay or not. Let me see. Shift 2. But we need something over there if you wanna add this. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go to mode scroll toggle, and we're going to shift pull to slash. Okay, and this is gonna be a slash. Let's sharpen this. Okay, and let's GY and expand this. Okay, up to here. I have an idea. GY up to here, and then we're going to let me think. I want to combine this somehow. We could actually extend it even further. So GY up to here, and then we could definitely make this a little bit less crazy. So N-gon, and let's slice it in here like this. Okay, this is gonna be too thin. Something a little bit less thin, so something like this here, and then maybe something like this. That's actually too thin as well. That's difficult. Let me think. Let's just sharpen this for a second. Maybe something like this. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I like that. And then we can also, you know, we can drop a box in here. And a radius, so V. Alright, and let's cut it through. And then we're going to shift pull. Actually, no. Alright, so that's that. And then we need some connection here. So we could simply grab a cube and make it smaller, move it here. SY, sorry, and, you know, rotate it. Maybe like this, 45 degrees. Make it longer, and then extrude it here, right? And maybe scale it on X like this. And we could have some bracings in here, you know, so SX and scale it here too, like this. And maybe bevel these. There you go. And then we could array this, so array it on X, but before we do that, we need to apply rotation. So apply rotation and then array it on Y-axis, and maybe 2 of them would be enough, you know, like this. This is actually pretty cool. Yeah, alright, so we got this kind of a concept going on. Doodle McDoodle. So this would be a blockout, guys, right? And now we need to refine this thing. So first of all, what we need is this barrel to go through, right? So we're gonna create a new one. So curve extract, so we have a new, you know, item to work with. And you know, this one will need to cut a hole in this, but is a bit too big, so we're gonna make it smaller, right? So Shift S and 2Geo, make it smaller like that, right? So it actually fits. It's kind of like a, you know, elongation of this thing, but it's not as thick. And to be quite honest with you, we could move this a little bit higher. So let me just smooth scroll toggle this and SZ, or wait a minute, let's apply this one, smart apply. Let's grab this cutter and let me see this. Let's select these, right? And then GZ. So we're gonna move this one a little bit higher. So what I'm trying to achieve here, right, is to give enough space for this to be cut through. So I can actually, you know, Shift D this, right, and cut through it. So difference. So this main cylinder can actually fit in. Okay, so Shift 2. This one can actually fit in, and this area here. Okay, so that's what I'm going for. And this needs to be applied, and let's chamfer it slightly. And yeah, there you go. Okay, so we got our nozzle, or whatever it's called. So the gun starts making a bit of more sense, right? And we will need something cool with this one because the drum is massive. So SX, maybe make it a bit smaller, maybe. And something like this could do. We're gonna definitely need some, you know, loopy loops here if we want to merge these, because I think we do want to merge them together. So if you're gonna select them together and go with union, we need to make sure that this one doesn't have a bevel. So select this one and booleans union, and this is gonna create a lot of problems, right? So if we're gonna sharpen this, right, and examine the disaster, you know, this is gonna be quite extensive damage in here, so we need to fix this, right? So GG, move it up, connect these two, and move these ones up a little bit, and same here, GG. We can run 3 to clean it up, there you go, and GG, move it up. Okay, bottom shouldn't be that bad. Besides bottom we can see, right, so don't have to bother with it too much, but we need to clean it because, you know, this is a pig, right? So we need to fix this a little bit. So, and now the reason why we got this problem here, I think it's the bevel and how it runs. So we're gonna switch bevel from angle to weight, and this will fix the problem partially. Let's go to show all the data and what's going on here. How about we connect these two? Probably gonna be better. This is a disaster because the bevel is simply, I mean, the edge is encroaching on the bevel. So combine these two, move it away, combine these two. J. Normally I don't run stuff into corners, but I see because this kind of problem, right? So this is just a big angle, which is not desirable, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's okay. Same here. This is too close, so GG, GG, and let's go to side view. What's going on here? Same issue, so combine them, sort it, combine them, sort it. Because we have such a dense geo, it's not a big problem, so wouldn't worry much. These issues here are caused by the lines, so we don't really need this one. Dissolve it. Because they combine together, so, and there you go, it's combined, right? So we can now, you know, work on this one, right? So can do whatever we want as X and scale them in. Not gonna work. So Alt S and move inside, and there we go. It's a little bit too thin maybe. So orthographic, so you need to be inside the orthographic, select the face plus, in fact select both faces and then Control plus, then go to side view orthographic and S, and if you scale it, you can scale it, all of it, to the middle. So you're gonna make this inner circle a little bit stronger, you see? See what I mean? It just looks a bit better. It looks stronger. So, and then we're gonna do some shenanigans here on the top, but later. Let's put some weighted normals here because I can't, you know, look at this rubbish. And here, bevel needs to be weight. So I'm gonna fix this problem here. And what's going on? Yeah. Let's sharpen everything. So we're gonna fix this shading problem in the middle. And let me see this. That's good, that's good, that's good. Okay. This could be actually a bevel on both, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Let me see here. Oh, we got a bevel. So I tell you what, I'm gonna be using Mesh Machine for this. So I'm gonna be unbeveling this, okay? And I'm gonna select these two and rebevel them like this and see what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. This could be a little bit, let's go back. This could be a little bit thinner, I think. So GY and move it here. Oh, okay, we got some. All right, we got these buggers here too. Oh man, let's just unbevel this. Unbevel this. There we go. And let me think. This could be a little bit higher, so I need to unbevel this one as well. If you don't have Mesh Machine, what you can do is go to the previous save and select this piece with live bevels. Okay, so and just copy it. GZ, move it up a little bit, I think, here, and maybe move it GY, sorry, move it a little bit here, like that. Okay, right, and this is not gonna be straight anymore, so what we need to do is, I think I'm gonna have to unbevel all of these, unfortunately. So unbevel, right, and there's no bevel here. There's no bevel there. Okay, cool. All right. And also, what we need to do is run a knife here. So I'm just gonna run. In fact, you know what? I'm just gonna slice it. I can't be bothered. So, okay, slice it. So I can remove these edges here, right? All of them, because they're gonna cause a problem. So now what I can do is I can actually fix this. So SZ0, perfect. This one is straight, good. So now what we need to do is select these corners, right? and run some bevel on them. So this is gonna be difficult in here though, I think, or maybe not. Yeah, it's actually working. Cool. So something like this, you know. I think these bevels basically, they're just too small, and that's the problem. So let's remove this one as well. Unbevel and select all these edges. So we're gonna copy to the other side, so we don't have to worry about it. So just bevel this and select this one and this one, right? And then bevel them. Whoa. Bevel them like that, and then simply Alt X, reset mirror, boom. Whoa, let me see this. Right. Alt X, reset mirror, copy. Ready now. Fascinating. Let's try symmetry. Symmetry, and there you go. That's better. So now we got these fixed in here, but we need to fix these ones. So select this and unbevel, and then select this and unbevel, right? So now I can select all these and these. So these ones, and these ones, and I can bevel them manually like that, right? Okay, and then I'm just gonna symmetrize it again to the other side, and everything should be peachy. Yeah, so it just looks a little bit more smooth. So now I can actually bevel this bugger, yeah, so it's gonna just make sense, you see what I mean? Right, and this one as well. So side view, and there we go, right? This one should be beveled too, by the way. Don't know why it isn't. So we're gonna fix this now. Boom. Fix these and these. This one actually can be straight. This could be beveled, so it corresponds with the bevel on top. There we go. And just gonna symmetrize it to the other side. And Bob's your uncle. And let's save it. Yeah, so we got this flow here, and then we got, well, we cannot see the back here anyway, so it doesn't matter. So what we could do is we could combine these two as well. So we could combine all these elements together. So now what we're gonna do is combine them together, right? So I'm gonna remove this, but in fact, you know what? Maybe we're gonna wait. Maybe we're gonna add some more shapes in here. So let's wait, right? So we got this major block out going on, and we're gonna push it a bit further now, yeah? So yeah, we definitely need to fix this here. This is a bit too wide, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit. So maybe we could just make it, you know, a bit smaller. But anyway, let's look at this shape a little bit. I think it's pretty cool. We definitely need some openings in here though. Okay, so let's grab a line box actually. Okay, this could be beneficial here, and let's run something like this. I would like to run something actually that's straight, you know. So maybe from the top view, let's align to view, okay, and then do something like this, and preferably with a cut, and run something like this, B, and let's see, cut it through. Not entirely, so it doesn't go through this wall here. So what we're gonna do is we're going to actually rotate it a little bit, right? The problem is that it's gonna go through this shape here, so we need to actually make it smaller and move it here so it doesn't disturb, you know, this shape, okay? And also doesn't encroach on this bevel here, right? See what I mean? So it needs to be just a little bit smaller, yeah, like that. And copy it, press X to reset mirror, copy to the other side. Yeah, see, this is gonna introduce some kind of a lightness in the front and really interesting cuts. So when I'm going to sharpen this, you know, you're gonna get some really cool stuff in the front here. Something to, you know, grab it or whatever, which is pretty cool, right? And it's, you see, it's just, you know, placed really nicely with all these shapes inside here. So that's important, right? Let's add cavity, see how we're looking. We're looking pretty peachy. We're looking pretty peachy. Okay, guys, I had a quick break and we can get back to it. So now I thought about it and I don't like this, okay? So we're gonna delete them, right? We're gonna create something different here. It's gonna be much better. These angular bits, that just makes no sense to me after a bit of a thought. So we're gonna make kind of like a brackets, you know, kind of like this, right? Something like that, okay? Maybe a bit wider, so kind of like this, right? Let's apply scale and, you know, let's chamfer them like this, okay? That will do. Copy them to the other side and let's select both of these and inset and delete faces. Grab these two, right? And right click and bridge. And if that doesn't work for you, you need to enable loop tools in here, okay? So go to Addons and enable loop tools, right? Then this menu will show up. Anyway, so that's that. And I think it looks, you know, it looks better. So we're going to array this to the front, somewhere maybe here. The problem is that I want to keep these, you know, I want to keep these shapes here visible because it's actually pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to scale this a little bit, make it a bit more narrow and array it one more time. You know, maybe I'm going to make this front one smaller. Tell you what, let's remove the array. So Shift D this and let's go to pass through and select these and GZ and move them a little bit up. So this one is actually shorter than this one. And move it somewhere here. So now you see this opening here, all the details are visible, which is exactly what I needed. Now we need to find a position for this one. Maybe maybe here is fine. Yeah, I'm going to grab a let's actually grab a end gun and, you know, let's have some fun here. So cut it like this and do something like that and do something like this here as well, maybe a bit smaller. So like this is pretty cool. And so let's actually drop some openings in here as well. So do something like this and cut, right? And here as well and cut. And let me see how it looks. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Sharpen this and same here. So cut here, maybe a bit closer. I think it's closer. Yeah, it's closer. So somewhere here and somewhere here, and this should do it. So bevel and bevel. Select both and operations, alt click on sharpen to it, weighted normals. Now let's go to front view, right? And select both of them and grab the end gun, and we're gonna have some fun here like this, okay? Did it work? Let's bring them to local. I think it kind of did, but let me see this. What's the problem here? Oh, the bevel is a problem. Press 1 to change the profile, and here we need a bevel too, so not too big, something like that. And let's try this again. So select both and let's run a end gun here. There we go. Right, awesome. And then sharpen, and we got some problem in here, and this is interesting. So let's see what's causing this here. What's causing this is lack of sharpens in here, right? So mark sharp, and this is gonna be fixed. This one's gonna be alright because it's mirrored, and this one is fine. Perfect. Okay, so that's done. So that looks good. I like it. And of course we need some sharp edge in here. Oh, this is not applied yet. So let's actually sharpen this, and now we're gonna have this edge over there. Fantastic. And we're definitely gonna have to, you know, construct something on top of this. So we can grab this piece, you know, and select all these faces on the top with Alt and Q and curve extract and extract it outside. So we got this shelling. Go to, you know, orthographic side view, and let's have some fun. So first of all, let's let me just grab it and go. There we go. And we can just slice it a bit like that. Okay, so boom, right? Oh yeah, it's okay. Wait a minute, wait. Let's grab this one. You know, I just want to do it in here because let's grab both of them because I want to see the effect. Okay, so select the top one. Okay, this not this one, the shelling, right? And let's, you know, let's cut this here like this. Okay, boom, nice. And let's cut this here like this. Boom. Did it work? No, I'll cut the other one here, this one. I don't know if it's gonna look good. Don't ask me. I need to see. Okay, so it does look good. And sometimes, you know, I mean, actually, usually what I need to do is when I'm cutting something, I gotta see this, guys, because if it's, you know, if I don't see this, I just, you know, I'm not sure if it's actually. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab a box, and I'm gonna create openings in here. So B and then V for array, and remove these and just click, and we're done. Perfect. This is actually really nice. Some screws on top, we're gonna be done. Inside here we could create something, you know, kind of some point of interest inside of this, right? So B and slice through, and we could have something over there inside, you know. It's gonna be pretty cool, I think. So there you go. And that's cool. We could have some bracings in here as well. In fact, before we apply this whole shape, what we need to do is run some, you know, dice. So what we're gonna do is just dice this like that. Okay, now you want to watch these lines, how they, you know, how they run, so you don't have any problems. So you can shift click it and then select the dice, and you can actually move it, so you can move it away from situations like this here, you see. So we can position it the way we want it, right? So it doesn't interfere with anything, and then just simply you know, select the dice, this one, and booleans and knife. Okay, and this will slice our shape with knife, which is exactly what we want. We can grab the dice and move it to cutters, so we don't have to see it, and then we can just deal with this bollocks. So sharpen this and move it in here, so it's, you know, it's fixed. It's just not many problems here, guys, because we got so many supporting loops. You see, this one's gonna cause a problem, but what we can do is simply dissolve it, dissolve edges, yeah, because we don't really need it. We need it only in places where we need a support. So if you're gonna be, for example, doing something on top here, so let's say I'm gonna be running one more edge here, right, like this, okay, and let's say somewhere here, and knife, okay, and slice, right? I can actually now, you know, grab some of these here, right? And wait a minute, why do I have oh, it's a mirror, right? Jeez, I got confused. That's confusing, man. You know what? I tell you what. Let's just apply everything, because Jesus Christ, that's better, man. I was like, am I seeing double or something? So let's grab these. Where is it? Here, right? So this one, and maybe, you know, something in here. So this one and one more here. Maybe 3 in here, you know, because why not, right? And then simply EM macro them a little bit out, yeah, like this. Okay, so pretty cool. And if you don't want to deal with all these shading problems on corners, it's not really a big deal, because with you know, weighted normals you don't have to worry about it. But if this was on a curved surface, you really don't want these corners to, you know, to meet. So what you want to do instead is inset this a little bit, right, to offset this away from these edges, and then you know, EM macro, right? But like I said, in this case, this doesn't matter, right? So you got this kind of a shape on the bottom, which, you know, sort of just adds some interest on the bottom, which is actually pretty cool. So that's that. And we're gonna have some other details in here, so we don't have to worry about it at the moment. We're gonna get some stuff in here in the middle, so that's cool. Now let's fix this one, because it's a bit of a pig. Yeah, so you know, the geo is good, so we can just simply sharpen it up and simply fix this here, right? So just a little bit, you know, and make sure that these edges are properly connected, right? So there are no piglets in here like this, you see. All these could be just linked together. So this one could run here. Whoa, this one could run here. And if it doesn't, just, well, removing it, maybe it's not the best idea, but maybe we could run it like this. Maybe it would be okay, maybe. Nope. Okay, I'll tell you what. Select all these, okay. 3 of them, right? Control L and P, and select this middle piece, okay. Come on. Select the middle piece and drop this bevel just a little bit. All right, just drop it down a bit, because it's crazy, right? So with a lower bevel, you're gonna have lower issues with alignments. You know, just remove this. We're gonna enjoy our life. We could technically run it here. All right, so you could just run it here maybe, and you know, and leave an end gun here. That's fine. I mean, no one's gonna see this, you know, these tiny shading variations. This needs to be fixed because it's a double vert, and let me see this. That's okay. Let's see this part. We don't really need this, I think. Well, we can keep it, to be honest. We could actually move these away, okay? So GG, move them a little bit away and combine these, you know. So they kind of fixed. I would combine these here too. This one is fixed. We got some problems here, so very simply, I'll just move it in here and we're done. Here, probably, whoa. That's not gonna work. This is just too close. Just remove it and do something like this. You could run edge like that. It's fine, right? Just to break this big angle, you know, into 2 parts. This probably gonna be okay, and this here, this and this and this, and the rest is fine. This one is fixed, so move it away and combine, and we can remove this. Moving on, just a regular cleanup, guys. Just another day in Shading City. All right, combine these two, and yeah, I would remove this one. This is a bit big, so we can just, you know, do something like this, right? Okay, that's that, and we need to fix this one, so let's remove this one. Okay, that's fine. All right, so here, yeah, this is too close, so GG, and move it away from the bevel, and this is more natural angle. This one is not needed. You could connect these, but that's not really necessary. I would combine these two and these two, and then combine these ones, these, and these two, here and here. This is a little bit problematic, probably gonna break a little bit. Yeah, I see it was breaking here, but not much we can do about it, to be honest. Well, we could just run it here, right, and remove this one and run it here, right? So, well, this one. It's probably gonna be a bit better, you see. It's cleaner. So, this one needs to get fixed, and this one needs to get removed. So, this one's a bit big, so we might just do something like this. And the last bit, imagine what would happen if you didn't have mirrors. It'd be a bloody disaster, in it. Have to do all the same thing on the other side. That's too many, in my opinion. Okay, you don't really need this, but I'm gonna leave it. Something's not right in here, right? It's again this one, the same situation. So do this, and it's gonna be fine. And this one here, move it away, and remove this. This one needs to be combined. It's important to move these ones because well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. You're gonna move either the ones on the interior or the exterior ones, but I mean, you should move the edges that's gonna cause the least of you know, damage in terms of shading. So, you know, it's never gonna be perfect, right? I mean, if you wanted to make it perfect, you will need to run normal transfer, right? There's no other way to do this, right? So, or simply run smaller, you know, smaller loops, like for example this, right? See, so this is gonna simply contain this situation here, but you still got shading problems in here, right? Because of this massive Addons. So, you know, we could run something like this. Maybe this could solve the situation a little bit. But again, these, you know, these two connections, maybe it's better to connect them. Maybe, I don't know. It's, you know, it's tough, yeah. This edge here, this shouldn't be here, to be honest. So, to be honest, I will just remove it. This one could be the one that's causing a little bit of a problem. Yeah, there you go. See, it's better now. But like I said, it's never gonna be perfect because you're dealing with, you know, you're dealing with Addons, right? And so like this here, you see, it's gonna be a problem, right? So do something like this maybe, and should be peachy. This maybe it's a little bit too far, so GG, move it a bit closer, you know, something like that. Move it a little bit up and connect it here. Probably gonna be better than this. There you go, see? So it's all about understanding tension. Here too is to connect them. On the bottom too is the same problem, so you can just move them a little bit back. So GG, move them back. To sort of, you know, support this craziness here, and it's a little bit better. Oh, this one is an absolute pig. How the hell did we not fix this one? We're still on the same side, right? Yeah. Wow. This needs to be connected, and these two should be connected. And this is a little bit better. It's not ideal, but like I said, nothing will be in this situation, right? So you could combine them two here. J, boom. See, it's gonna contain it a little bit better. Same here, you could move this one, you know, a little bit closer like this, right? So it's gonna help a little bit. That's why we got all these edges here, guys, yeah, because this you know, this is literally what they do, right? There's no other need for them just to support these. Wait a minute, I could swear I fixed this. Why am I fixing this again? Did I skip something? I'm getting confused here. Also, why there is an edge in here? It shouldn't be here, it should be like this. There we go. Alright, let me see this. Well, it's acceptable-ish. GG, move it in here. We could just move it a little bit more naturally here, you know. So, remove this. Boom, it's gonna get a bit more, you know, relaxed over there. Yeah, this is not ideal really. So what we could do, we could run another sort of edge here, right? So just combine these two. It's a bit more natural. Something like that, maybe. Yeah. Something is not right here. Yeah, this is too close. Yeah, this is a big angle. Oh, it's better. Oh, this is terrible here, right? So let's grab this edge and simply GG and move it closer here. Not too close though. So see, this would be more natural here, right? Than this one. Okay. It's a bit better. And yeah, this one is an absolute pig. GG, maybe move it back and here, and let's just run an edge here. So GG and combine here J, and let me see. Oh man. Combine these two, J, and there you go. So okay, we could do something like this, or maybe not. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. But this is as good as it's gonna get without normal transfer, right? So this should be here, to be honest. Yep. Okay. This angle, helps a little bit with determining where the shading is messed up the most. This is awful here. It's really bad. Move it back. This two is just too big. We need to break it. So K and just run on this. Right? And probably like this here as well. See, relaxes it. And this is just too big. So GG, move it here. Combine it with this. Should be fine. Yeah, it takes time, guys, but like I said, there's no other way. I mean, we could do normal transfer, but the problem is normal transfer is, right? Any changes, this is disaster. Any changes you're gonna do to your mesh, right? They're gonna get your shading's gonna get messed up, so you will need to run normal transfer again. And if you don't have the main shape, you can't see it's stuck, basically, right? So not the best idea. So let's try this. Okay, let's try it. There you go, fix it. Nice. Well, we're getting somewhere. And this one, it's not ideal, but what we could do is GG and do this. Just move it a bit closer, right? So as close as possible. And this is pretty clean. This is pretty decent, right? Considering the geo. These could be a little bit closer. GG, move it closer, so before it breaks you could move it somewhere here, and remove this one, and this should hold more or less, right? So it's not bad comparing to the other side, which probably is a disaster. This is pretty good. So let's save it because it's a lot of work, and copy and copy. In fact, we're gonna select both of them and modify operations, multiply, and Alt X D symmetry, and boom, right? So they're both symmetrical on all sides. Now what the hell is this? Remove this thing. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is not fine. Okay, these in the middle, they could cause issues. Remove them. Because let me explain, they run across the curvature. Curvature goes like this. So the more loops you introduce this way, the more sort of faceted the look's gonna be, because the difference between the distance here and here is gonna be different. You know, like if I put a line in here, right, the squares here are gonna be much smaller. So this way it's okay because it doesn't increase, it doesn't change any curvature, but here it actually lies on the curvature. So that's why I removed these edges. Okay, so this is why a bit of a denser topology, you know, vertically doesn't really hurt anything, but the other way around it's a bit problematic. So okay, so now what we could do is we could, you know, we could do something like this, for example, right, and have some fun. See what I mean? Which is pretty cool. Nice. Okay, so that's that, and let's see here. Let's have some fun here and introduce some cuts or whatnot. So EM macro and slice it in and select it and SY and scale it. So we got this cut over there, which looks pretty awesome. Gives a bit more, you know, sort of character to this barrel. Same here. Let's just introduce EM macro. So EM macro and scale it in and select it and SY and scale it in like that. Perfect. So we got these elements here, which is important, and then we can actually create some kind of a element here on top, even thicker than that, and scale it as well. So it's pretty cool. It breaks this shape in here a bit, right? So here what we could do is grab this, right? And the problem here is that it's a little bit thick, but I think we're gonna be okay. What I wanted to do is, let me think here. We could actually make it tiny bit smaller, right? Tiny bit smaller, and grab this shape and where is it? Sharpen this and introduce a loop in here, right? Here, okay. Split it, right? And then select this and S Shift Y, so it's gonna scale it on all axes except Y. Perfect. And now we need to connect these two, right? So grab them and delete these faces. Okay, that's important. Control J this, right? And then simply select this and this, unmark sharp, right click, loops, bridge. Okay, and it's gonna bridge them, and they have a different, you know, different height, thickness, right? Which is fine because we can run mark sharp here, and we're gonna have this kind of like a transition, and it's pretty cool because you got another breakage of light. Breaking of light is important, guys. So now we're gonna grab these two, right? Okay, and we're gonna Shift D this one, remove the bevel, select this and difference. Okay, so select this one and wait a minute, am I doing it the right way? Select this one and difference. Bingo. And now make this one a little bit, you know, a little bit larger, yeah? So just a little bit. Move the origin to geo and then just make it a little bit. Where the hell is this origin here? S Shift Y, and there we go. Okay, so now when we're gonna see this one actually goes inside, which is perfect. So now what we can do is grab this, sharpen this, introduce a loop in here inside. Where is it? Art. Oh, why? Oh, because of, wait a minute, what? 3 to connect this. Why doesn't want to? There we go. Something was messed up. If in a situation like this you know you cannot run a loop inside, means something is a manifold, so you need to just clean it up or remove double verts, whatnot. What I want to do is okay, so now what we're gonna do is select this edge here and run a chamfer, so it's gonna open this space a little bit, make this bevel a little bit less crazy, right? So, and also the bevel disappeared here, so we need to switch it to weight. Bingo. Now we're going to select these faces and I to insert them a little bit one more time, so twice, like this, right? And what we could do actually is we could rip them off. So shift click on curve extract and do this, and bevel them. Sharpen them, sorry. So they're gonna bevel themselves. And we got this, shape going on in the middle. It can be a loose shape, that's okay, it doesn't matter. So now before we do anything, we need to clean this up because it's gonna cause problems. So select all of this and remove faces, right? And also we need to remove, wait a minute, let's Control plus, oh, this is not gonna work. Yeah, screw it, remove vertices, I'm gonna fix it manually. So grab this and EY and insert it here, GY up to here, and just combine these two, bridge them, right? So loop tools bridge, which will create an interesting shape. But the thing is that we don't need the back, so what we can do is literally cut it, right? Because the back is not visible, so we can slice it and be done. And now the front, all we need is we need to scale it, so S Shift Y, scale it in, select this one and chamfer, and we should arrive at the same situation, right? So now all we need to do is move this one a little bit deeper and Bob's your uncle. Now we got this shape and this shape, and we need to combine them together. So select this, and Booleans union, and Shift 2. And now we should be fine. So sharpen, and let's fix this mess. So here, this edge, we don't need it. We can remove it. This edge, we don't need it either. Or do we? Wait a minute, what's this edge here? For this one needs to be sharp, right? And then press 3 to clean it. That didn't work. I think the reason here is just simply the bevel is too crazy, so there's nothing you can do about it. There we go. So wait a minute, wait. How to fix this? Wait a minute, this is mirrored. Ah, we're working on a mirrored mesh. There we go. That was confusing. I was like, I fixed this. Why is it still bad? Don't get it. Anyway, so that's that. So now we got this, this merge here. Now the only thing I forgot about is to run loops on this one. You see. That was my mistake. So we could try to do this now and manually connect them, okay? And so if you forget to do something like this, you can always do it manually, right? Like this, all right? So just manually connect them. It's fine. But they will help fighting some, problematic connections and tensions and mesh, whatnot. It's not gonna be super clean and ideal, but it will work. There we go. And then simply D symmetry and boom. And that's that, right? So now when we got this one going, we need to think how to solve this problem here, you see, because this connects with this, right? So we need to cut this one with this one, okay? So we need to grab these two, right? And this is gonna be tricky because we need to cut it, and I wouldn't actually mind merging these two, but cutting this one. Man, this is gonna be difficult to do, but I have an idea. Watch this. So Shift D and select this and go twice to local. Now let's remove bevel from this bugger and make it bigger, okay? Select this and difference, right? Now grab this one, and we can't combine them here because it's actually too far away. However, this one is still merged together, so we can grab these two, select this one, remove the apply all the freaking all the bonanza, and remove the boolean and remove the weighted normals. And now what we're gonna do is select this and this, and just make sure that we have loops here. We do. Perfect. So select this one and booleans union, and then sharpen. So you see it's merged in here, but at the same time there's a gap in here, which is perfect. Right now we need to fix these crazy issues here. So what is causing these problems here? Let's try 3. That didn't clean it. Something is causing a problem here, and I think it's simply this area here, right? This is what's causing it. So let's see what's going on here, right? Let's remove all these. Now you gotta be careful what you're removing, right? Okay, and this is causing the issue. See that? How about we gonna connect these two? Bad idea. Fine. Let's see that. Why is it causing an issue? Because the bevel is too big. The bevel is too big. Simply the bevel is overshooting. That's what's causing it, right? Which is not ideal because I want this bevel to be big. So what we're gonna do instead, right? We're gonna simply move this. So let's go back there, right? To, where is it? Oh man, this is confusing. Hang on. It's here, right? This one. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so we need to make it literally thicker, right? So this one, right, needs to move on x-axis here to be thicker. So this one and this one and this one, they need to get literally scaled like this, but that doesn't really work the way I want it to. Or we could move this one, G, X, and move it, move it here. This could also fix this problem. So move it here, and then remove these two, and move this one, this edge, on X. There we go. Now it's fixed. Yeah? And also this one is a little bit too close. G, GZ, and move it a little bit up, okay? So move it up here. And this should fix the problem. It did. So now we need to simply symmetrize it, yeah? So now we see, thanks to this shenanigans, what we got is... What's going on here? We don't need these edges. We can remove them. This one is also not needed, I think. Or is it? Maybe it is needed. Anyway, thanks to this, these shenanigans here, we literally get this opening here, which is pretty cool. So now what we can do, right, is we can run. Wait a minute. This is wait. We need to remove these, unfortunately, because we're gonna have bevel running on here because our bevel is on weight. So you can't have that. Same here. We need to remove these. So remove the bevel from here. Are you gonna get beef? See what I mean? So these could be sharps, right? But they cannot be bevel. Okay. So bevel weight needs to be removed there. Anyway, okay, let's fix this first because something is not right here with this one. We need to move this backwards up to here, and same here, Alt A left. Good. So now it's flat, right? Okay. So that's what's causing issues. Okay, now we're good. I think that was simply because we moved. Remember this edge here, and that's what caused it. So we just have to fix it. So now it's perfect. A bit of shenanigans, but look at this shape. It's really complicated and really cool. All right, so let's finish this. Let's mark sharp these with bevel. This is quite a complicated piece, but we arrived. So now the cool thing about it is that this one lies on top, and it seems as this barrel just goes inside. This is all really nicely welded in here, combined. So it's kind of like a shell that contains this whole structure, which is great. Okay, now let's see this bottom here because we got some problems, you see. Let's right. Let's apply this and see what the hell is going on. what's causing, this one, right? Okay, so all we need to do is simply select it and run a knife here and remove this edge, right? And then mirror to the other side, and we're done. Okay, cool. This is a bit boring, so we're gonna do something in the front for sure. Let's see here. Let's create some kind of a cool thing on top. Maybe some kind of like two straps going around. It almost goes around. Select these, and these. And now we can go Q and curve extract, and boom. You get something like this. Sharpen this. Nice. And it goes around. We don't need it to go here, to be honest. So what we could do is cut it. So grab these two, Shift D, right, and apply mirror, remove bevel and weighted normals. And I know it's gonna look horrible, but it doesn't matter, difference, right? It's all we need. And now we got this piece, you see. So now we need to do is sharpen this and make sure that it's not buggered. So this is a bit too close, so GG and move it away. And you done. So now we got this really cool sort of bracer here that fits perfectly in a shape, and we can, you know, mirror this to the other side. So X to reset the mirror, because we on the what do you call this thing? Oh, come on. Symmetry, that's the one. Okay, so right, and let me see this. It looks pretty cool, guys. Looks pretty cool. I think we're almost there. We're almost there. Now, of course, we could play with this, you know, and bring it a bit further. I mean, I'm wondering if I shouldn't. It's gonna be a longer tutorial though, but we could either go with decals for this one or simply keep going with details. But you know, this could be way more detailed than this, right? For example, well, let's go for a little bit longer, shall we? Let's enjoy ourselves. So let's apply weighted normals here, and in fact, you know, select everything and Q and operations, and Alt click on weighted normals, so everything is weighted normaled. This one should be wait a minute, this one is not yet hang on a second. Oh, okay then. Let's apply everything. Okay, so smart apply, and let's apply, you know, bevels here, and let's grab this, and let's actually make it smaller, and EY, and combine it here, so we got some kind of a link here between these two, which is gonna look pretty cool. We're gonna do the same thing in the bottom, so select this one and insert it, and EY and extrude it, so they kind of linked, and it just gives this illusion of, you know, this being a sort of like a recoil dampener or something. And we could actually let me think. We could actually cut this here, so in the front, you know, just slice it, right? And go to object view and have some fun here. Wedge. Mirror to the other side. And this one could be actually copied to the top. Maybe not. 2 is enough. Don't know. overdoing with details. Yeah, it's so easy to do, guys, but you know, you gotta be careful. Now what you can do here is you can drop two kind of screws these, right? So just drop 1 and 2, and we can make this one a little bit less beveled. And what we could do is select the top face here and Q and do this. Perfect. So we got these two in front, and here too we could have some kind of fun. So handgun, and you know, do something like this, and then right, so it's a little bit different, and also this could be interesting, right? So just adds a little bit of a breakage in the front, and here too we could just make it a little bit lighter in form, so give it a bit of a breather here in the front, you know, which doesn't make any sense with these absorbers. So maybe, you know what, maybe we're gonna do this, maybe we're gonna have some fun with angles here, so do something like this, and then one more time, here, 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 here. Okay, and then bevel this and insert it. And you cannot insert it too deep, you see, because we're gonna encroach on this situation here. But what we can do is grab this, right, and make sure that it's not actually sticking up so far. So we could just create a you know, loop here, and S Shift Y and simply scale it down, so you know you can go deeper on, because you can't see what's inside, right? So it's 3D, guys, it's all smoke and mirrors, right? Anyway, so now let's, you know, scale this, not this one, this one. Scale this, and how we're looking. Shift 2. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, right? So we can actually, you know, copy this to the other side. Boom. And the same thing we could do in here, you know, so it's gonna kind of correspond with the shape over there, which is kind of cool, I think. So something like this, maybe, right? So, you know, make it bevel. Come on. Just bevel doesn't want to work here. So let's select the top as Z0 to level it up, and let's try this bevel again. Okay, so press C to, what the hell is going on here? Oh, something is buggered. Wait a minute, let's remove the bevel, and let's move these to the edge and connect them here. Okay, now can we bevel now? Select these and Shift G, direction. Now we're talking. Now probably it's a little bit too, maybe, oh, we should make sure it's okay. So select this face and, you know, scale it, and Shift 2, and how we're looking. It's not too deep. I think it's a little bit too deep. So GX, and just move it a little bit outside, somewhere here. That'll do. So you see that's pretty cool in the front, and you know we could repeat this motif somewhere else, but we can do something else. Like here, for example, we need some serious screws, right? So probably we would have some screws in here, you know, like one, and then recover this, and wait a minute, this is not straight view. There we go. So one here, and recover it, and Shift D and move it somewhere here, and then Shift D and move it somewhere here, and then Shift D and move it somewhere here, and Shift D and move it somewhere here. Wait, what's this? What is this here? That's not good. That should be wider than this. Select this, and let me see that. GX to move it outside, unfortunately. Select this edge, we're gonna chamfer it to add a little bit of a breakage, and I think it's gonna be better. There we go. But this is not ideal here, right? But, you know, we can move it outside here a bit. There you go. That should sort it out. Because remember, this one goes at the angle, right? So technically, this should be cutting out this one, because this one I think is a cutout. Yeah. So here what we're gonna do. Select these two, Shift D, remove the bevel, remove the mirror, remove weighted normals, remove everything, and simply, you know, simply difference. And then we're going to select this and scale it just ever so slightly. So Shift S, 2 Geo, and scale it ever so slightly, and now it should be fine. So sharpen, and let me see this. Let's select this, Control L and Control X to delete it, and these two as well. Right, there we go. And now Shift 2, and see, now it's sorted. So now this one is actually running on top of this, which is exactly what we wanted, right? So there you go. So now let's go back to our cutouts. So Alt H, Shift 2, and where is this? This one, right? So let's select one of them. Oh, just one of them. Come on. Control L and P to its own selection, and select this one and Shift D. Oh, okay, then not this one. Shift D, move it somewhere here, and move it outside, and difference, and select this. Where is it? And there's some double geo here, guys. We need to fix this soon. Shift D, move it in here, and Shift D and move it in here, and this should do. So Shift 2, perfect. So we got these screws, you know, holding this whole structure on the sides, and you can see that there's a detail concentration on the sides, which looks pretty cool. And now, what is going on here with these? Do we have some double geo? No, we're fine. Okay, so that's that. And let's see, we are close to the 2-hour mark, aren't we? So it's a little bit, you know, it's a bit crazy, but what are you gonna do? We could have some kind of, you know, mechanism in here. I would need to switch to object mode to make sure this is in the middle. Which is what, here somewhere? Yeah. And then cut it through, and then go up a little bit, and then radius here, make 3 of them, and solidify, right? Shift 2, and then a little bit low on verts, so we need to do it again, guys. So select this one more time, hold Shift, scroll up, come on, there we go. It's a bit slow. I need maybe not 80s too many, maybe like 70. Yeah, 74 will do. And then T to solidify it, and let's recall this cutter because it's gonna be faster. And solidification, and then a radius. Right, and maybe make it a bit bigger. There we go. And Shift 2, then sharpen, and let's bring them up a little bit. Okay, so F and then G, and bring them up a little bit, and actually do something like this, which is pretty cool, and inset them. Right. Awesome. We got some calls on top, whatnot. Cool. So, gun is starting to look badass. Gun is starting to look badass. Well, we could just combine them, you know, because it's gonna be easier to control the booleans. Okay. So F and then combine these here. Come on. And F, right? Alright guys, let's wrap this up. So what we've been doing? This one, right? Where is it? This one, right? So let's just, you know, draw one of these here, and we're gonna simply array this like that. So radial array. That didn't work, so let's just drop a cursor here. Let's try it again. And radial array. Boom. And this should do, you know, just let's bring it outside a little bit here. And shift 2. And what we need to do, right, is simply run a connecting edge between them. But we can do this manually later. So all we need to do is simply, you know, sharpen this, right? And I'm just gonna do it manually. It's gonna create less problems this way, and to be honest, it's less of a hassle than dealing with all these, you know, all the geo that was here before. It's just easier this way. So connect these, right, like that. Okay. And all you really need is just two edges connecting to the sides here. So 1, 2, and you're done. So we can delete all these. So I could go to, I haven't been using this tool in ages, man. Edit multi-tool and press, I think J. And we can, not J, D. D, yeah, and just delete these edges. This one. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. We don't need these two. And these ones as well. It's lagging like hell, man. Holy shit. Dude, I'm using 390 RTX. What the f... That's crazy. Alright. I should press the, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna do it manually. Yeah, this lag in Blender, man, this is just crazy. The same with box cutter, actually. It's the same issue, right? It's not a, I think, box cutter problem. It's a Blender coding, which is basically garbage. So not this one. There's all edges. There you go. We don't need these two either, so we can remove them. And now we can just simply select these and expand this and go to select, boundary loops, and Control B, and we're good to go. And I just select this one and simply symmetrize it to the other side. It should be fine. There you go. Okay, awesome. So Shift 2. How are we looking? Yeah, we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. So that looks really solid. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is select this bit here. And inset it a little bit, and then EM macro this. So EM macro this inside. That. Okay, and we're going to combine these two here, so we don't have this edge on the corner, which will allow us to chamfer this. Okay, so I mean bevel this, sorry. And the same thing we're gonna do in here. We could actually straighten it up, you know, so go to face mode and go to face mode here and SZ0 and make it straight, which will cause some problems. So let's push this up a little bit, and also let's dissolve this edge. All right, there we go. And then we're going to combine these faces into one, and this one too. And so we can actually chamfer this, right? All right, cool. Did it work the way we want it? No, really. One more time. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now I don't have to worry about the middle here, the interior, because interior is gonna get fixed anyway. So let's select this here. Here, and mark. And the same here, we need to mark this sharp. There's no way we're gonna leave this like this, right? So select all of it around here and mark it sharp, and then we're going to chamfer this a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much, okay? Just a bit, yeah, there we go. This should do. And I think it's not too big, but it's close to being too big, so these are a little bit too large, so we can slice them in half like that. Should help a little bit. And if it still struggles like here, you can always run supporting edges here, okay? So we can do something like this. It's not a problem. So run something like this here, and run something like this here. And you're gonna be fine-ish. With the emphasis on ish. GG, move it up here, and it should relax this whole area now. Yeah, see what I mean? So if you got this tension here in the corner, just grab these two, GG, and just relax it a little bit. Same as here. GG and Bob's uncle. Alright, now what we're gonna do in this area here, we're gonna grab this edge in the middle, and we're going to Shift D this, alright, and P to its own selection, and select this edge and apply scale, and go to side view, and let's grab these two and bring them down. Let's remove this one and this one, because what we're gonna do is curve this like this, and then we're going to go to mesh tools and curve extract 1S, and let's go back and Control 2, and let me see this. Let's just scale this. So to geometry, in fact, you know what, we could scale it on a cursor. So because cursor is in the middle, so you see it's gonna be proportional like this. And we could of course move it to one of the sides and simply can remove this one. We don't need it anymore. And copy to the other side X, and copy and Bob's uncle. So now let's turn off this box cutter because it's confusing. Let's go a little bit crazier on this one, and there you go, and got some kind of a cool piping in the back. Looks pretty awesome if you ask me. Okay, cool. Same here. We could just, you know, do something like this, and this is a little bit too thick for it, so let's make it a little bit less crazy, and select all these, Control LP, and let's just drop the bevel on this one there. So just this one, okay. There you go. And switch to individual origins and scale it down. Boom. We got something in the back, which is cool. And let me see, this one should go to cutters. Right. Okay. Front is cool. Same at the top here, we could grab an end gun and select this and just, cut through, because it's gonna be faster this way, okay? And then select this, recover the cutter, and just bring it up and cut the notch like this here. What's going on here? Oh, that's cool, just has to be sharpened. This should do, kind of like a thin intersection. That's enough. And before we do anything, let's grab a box and just cut 2 wedges in here. So, this one, right? The top part. So, let's just cut it in here. I'm just gonna apply it because the blender slows so badly now. And it's just a blender coding issue, basically. It's just choking. I think the reason is that when you have too many alive bevels going on, Blender just gives up and the coding just falls apart because it's shit. So GZ and move it up and simply sharpen this. And we're gonna grab this piece and I'm gonna inspect it because there are certain things we wanna remove. For example, we wanna remove this. Ooh. Why is it so dense in here? That's crazy, man. We don't need this here. We could just simply make it into one face, or remove at least this one, because these are actually these edges are beveled because I think it's B-weight based. So to bevel these, so mark these and mark these, right? But leave these alone, see? So it's a little bit better. So I'm not sure why we have so many bevels in here. I mean edges, I don't think we need them. So I would literally just, remove them. I don't think we need them, so. And this one is, unmarked it and it should be fine, right? So same thing I'm gonna do in here because really we don't need so many. Dissolve, it should be fine. And here too, this is just crazy. So you could select it with W and dissolve it. Same here, unmark it and just dissolve these and unmark this one. There we go. And this should be better, right? So we can just symmetrize it to the other side now. Okay, Shift 2 and hide it. So we got some breakage on top and some just interest. Same here. I mean, we could keep, I'm not gonna be doing this. We could just basically keep on editing this gun. Like for example, I could run, an opening here, right? Or even better here, inside and B. And I think this bevel is too strong, so we can apply this and go to bevel, make it a little bit less crazy. Let's see what's going on here. All we need to do probably is just simply run an edge here, so like this. Should fix most of the issues. If it doesn't, it means the bevel is simply too big in here. So maybe what we're gonna do instead of the bevel, we're just gonna run a chamfer. So there we go, right? And how are we looking? Well, this could be interesting. Maybe it's a bit too deep, so let's grab this one and GZZ, and let's move it out a bit. Oh, it's gonna cut in here too. We gotta be careful because remember these are connected now, right? So cannot go too deep. There we go. It needs to go underneath this one, right? So Shift 2, and now we can actually sharpen this. There you go. And we can run something in here as well. So for example, another edge, right? So let's grab a plane and let's move it in here, and let's make it into a single dot. Go to side view and bring it down here, and go to front view, move it on X inside, right? So it's almost there. So GX and GZ, GX, and should be fine. So now let's go to front view and E, move it outside here, and side view and GY, move it a little bit this way, E, and extrude it in Y, and E down like this, and E, and you know, we're gonna have to move these, by the way, so and they're gonna have to be fixed. So let's grab these two and simply align them. So move this one somewhere here and this one somewhere here. But it's on the one over there on this side, right? So combine these two, gonna make our life easier. Apply scale, split these two. It's Shift Control B, and let's apply the mesh tools, curve extract, and 1S, GY, move it here, Control 3, and X, and mirror to the other side. Now we need to sink it in, because of course you cannot just, you know, stick out like this, right? Because it makes no sense. So you gotta run somewhere here, which makes sense, and you know, move it somewhere down here. Boom, Bob's your uncle. Now we got this element going underneath, which actually adds complexity, visual complexity to this whole thing, and kind of breaks it apart, you know. Very cool. So that's that. We could add something in the front as well, you know, because reasons. So select these two, and let's save it. Like I said, you could just keep, you know, doing it forever. There's so many things that can be done in here. It's just crazy, right? So drop this one down, and let's solidify this, right? And let me see this, and there you go. It's already a breakage, which is great. And then what we can do is sharpen this one, right? And then select these and move a cursor there, and we can select all these here around, okay? And then what we can do is switch to cursor and RX and literally rotate it downwards and kind of wedge it in, yeah. So I'm gonna create this kind of a shape. We could grab this one on top here, so sharpen, this one sharpen, and Control L to its own selection. So this one is separate now, and now we can actually have some fun here. So we could just cut it like this, and you know, maybe cut it in here as well, right? Just a little bit, and maybe drop this crazy bevel on this one a little bit, so it doesn't cause issues in here. See, let's drop it down a bit. Same here. Select this, Control P to its own selection. Select this bit and just drop a bevel a little bit so they match more or less, right? And you got this interesting front piece. You see, you can even, you know, put it out up a little bit or something. Not a big deal. And the rest can be really done with decals. This part is a little bit, you know, plain, but we can put some gun name on this one. You don't have, not everything has to be with details, right? I think this is already pretty decent. The back here is fine, I think. Let me see this. There could be some kind of a hook in here, you know. I think it would look pretty awesome, kind of like a hook like this, maybe. So what I would do is grab an Addon, right? Turn off cyclic and literally draw it here like this, okay? And then just make it thicker. So that's too thick. So let's do it again and make it thinner. So this may be okay. So draw it like this, and then double click and wait. We have to have everything deselected. There we go. That's what I was getting at cutters. So one more time here, and there we go. And E and extrude it and boom. And then we can just simply reposition it right the way we want it. So somewhere here in the middle. So drop it to the cursor, not the other way around. So whoa. Cursor to select it and select it to cursor. There we go. And then we're gonna bring it back here. And also we need to bevel this here, right? Like this, right? There we go. How are we looking? Looking pretty cool. So let's now slash this. So let's go back to regular Addon and let's have some fun. One here. One here. Come on. And then you're gonna have a box here like this. And something like that. And we could sharpen this and bevel this. And this could be actually embedded into the gun. So Shift D, make it a little bit larger, but move origin back to geo and switch to individual origins. Make it a little bit larger. Remove all the bevels and simply difference. Shift 2. Okay, and then select this one and multiply and sharpen. Cool. And this worked. So you got this kind of handle back, whatever the hell it's called. Doesn't matter. In addition to all this, what we can do is to make it a little bit more interesting, we can just drop the chamfer here, see? Not the bevel, but the chamfer is gonna add a little bit of interest. So D, symmetry, boom, right? Nice. And that is pretty cool, I must say. This one as well here could be a bit more interesting. So box, and could just cut it through. Sharpen. Awesome. I think we arrived. Some here could be some kind of an opening here. So B for bevel and just slice through. Oh, fascinating. You went actually up. What I wanted to do is go through. So view mode. There we go. And I think, let me see this. Go through. There we go. And sharpen. There we go. And also, before we go sharpen, let's actually run this here. Okay. Boom. Then sharpen. Perfect. And simply run symmetry on this as well. Right. So this adds a little bit of a lightness to this whole, structure. So that's that. And of course, something in the middle here. I mean, something could be in here. Really now? Oh, now it's a mirror. Okay, good. So one mirror got applied and the other didn't. Fascinating. So Shift 2, and let's see how we're looking. And let's actually recall this, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna solidify this like this, okay? Shift 2, and I'm going to sharpen this. I'm going to make it into its own collection, drop the bevel a bit, right? And in fact, I'm going to move it outside. So GY and move it outside. What the hell is going on? One more time. Why it's not working? GY. There we go. Now it's working. Cool. So something like this, and I'm going to introduce some really large cutouts in here, just for fun. Okay, so B, cut through. There we go. So there's some elements in here. I run through this gun. Cool. Okay, guys, I think we're done. In the next part, this is already going for too long. I'm just having too much fun. So in next part, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna simply decal this thing up and finish it off. I think you're looking pretty bloody awesome. You know, this back here though, yeah, it could use a little bit of something, you know. This one right here. This could, come on. Let's go with object again. This one here, right? Yeah. Just something is missing here, you know. GZ, bring it up. Bevel. Right. Bring this one down, maybe. Just the edge. Something like this. This is too low, so let's bring it up. Yeah. Solidify this. And sharpen this. And let's actually do something like this. And let's bevel this. Let's separate this. And just change the bevel to a little bit smaller one. Go to the top view and have some fun. Reset. To geo. Come on. Okay. Sharpen this. Circle. And just drop a dot in the middle. More or less. Yeah, this should do, guys. This should do. What the hell is going on here? There we go. There we go. Sorted, right? And then we're simply gonna symmetrize it. This would be it. So let's save it. In next part, what we're gonna do is simply, I'm gonna simply decal it up and put some inserts. And also, you know, the bottom, right? The bottom needs a little bit of fixing, I think. It's a little bit too boring. So let me see this. This one goes inside, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's fix this, shall we? It needs a bit of a fixing. So let's grab this part here, all of it, right? And up to here. Okay, and then let's curve extract this like this, alright, and sharpen this and scale it a little bit, and then drop it down here, right? And we need to cut it, so difference, right? The only thing is that this cutter cannot have bevel. It can have a mirror applied, but not a bevel, right? And also needs to be longer, so like this. You see there's this paneling here, doesn't actually disappear inside of this this shape, so it makes sense, right? Which is cool. So these small details are actually important, you know. It's actually disappearing over there as well, so let's just GZ and move it up a little bit, so until it actually cuts through. Maybe that's a little bit too high. That will do. That will do, right? So select this and simply sharpen. And we're done, right? And this could be some kind of a mounting in the bottom, but we can do it with a decal or something, or just, you know, quickly introduce some mounting here. Be like this, and we're going to solidify it. So sharpen, select this, and then we can just simply cut it, you know. Cut it some more, right? So let's remove the bevel and let's do it manually. So chamfer this and then go to bottom view, and one more time just introduce some cuts that will suggest, you know, mounting, right? Shift 2, there we go. That will do. Sharpen. Done with decals, guys. No problem. And this could be actually sticking out a little bit, so GZ, and, you know, sticking out a bit, so you know, the gun can be mounted here a bit more even, so GZ a little bit more in this, yeah. And we could run a chamfer around this shape to make it stand out a little bit better, so allow this and reduce the bevel. There you go. And boom, we're done. Okay, so let's grab a cavity, see how we're looking. Yeah, we're looking pretty awesome. We're looking pretty awesome. Looking pretty awesome. Okay, guys, well, catch you next video.